These are the times that try Apple shareholders' souls, and a whole bunch of others, too. Yes, today we got government intervention pretty much everywhere we look when it comes to the mega-cap tech outfits, and we need to see how it plays out before we panic. Panic is not a strategy. This market can handle one or two government incursions, but worldwide assaults on a bunch of them all at once? Forget about it. Government actions threw gasoline on today's Kingsford stock market, and it was just bad news. Let's start in China, where the government has reportedly banned iPhones for government officials when they're at work. Apple has a 7% market share and growing in China. They've made their phones for China. I mean, geez, it's just exactly playing by the rules. This seems punitive to me. It's kind of one of those erratic initiatives by the Chinese government that Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo told us she'd no longer tolerate when she came on the show. No matter, they did it anyway. Caused a huge reversal in Apple stock. It made me question if Madam Secretary just says enough is enough. They disrespect to be big time. Don't be surprised. Then you go to Europe, where Apple, Amazon, Meta, and Microsoft are now considered gatekeepers. A designation that means there'll be additional laws and scrutiny. Kind of a regulatory person of interest. The result, who knows? Maybe checks written, maybe worse. In this country, the FTC is about to sue Amazon for tying product sales and effectively forcing sellers to do more business with them. At least that's the pretext. In reality, I think FTC Chair Lina Khan, I think she's just had it in for Amazon for ages. She couldn't wait for this chance. When it comes to trillion-dollar companies, she sees them as guilty until proven innocent, obviously. She would love to break up Amazon because it's too powerful. Something she wrote about doing in a piece of the Yale Law Journal. Thanks. The case about Amazon has nothing to do with protecting you. It's about protecting merchants, meaning this is a bizarre situation where the FTC wants to enable businesses to charge higher prices to you. Plus, if Amazon is really so anti-competitive, why did their former arch nemesis Shopify agree to do a deal with them to save both companies costs and fulfillment? You better believe they pass those savings on to you. That's their nature. So what happens if the FTC succeeds in breaking up Amazon? Presumably, the consumer would end up paying more. Yes, because each Amazon division would be fighting for money. Right now, the actual delivery business gets subsidized by the advertising and web service divisions. It's perfect. If that goes away, their prices will go higher. I know Lina Khan is reflexively skeptical of big business, but if she really breaks up Amazon, the only winners will be the shareholders, because it's a great way for the company to unlock value. Pretty sure that's not what she's going for. She is not rigorous, to the least. Oh, and keep this one on your radar screen. Kroger wants to close its deal with Albertsons, but it'll need to divest some of its overlapping stores. The FTC has said it'll try to block any deal like this because selling some stores has often failed to do anything. Most notoriously with the Safeway and Albertson deal that the FTC blessed not that long ago. They spun off some stores to eliminate overlap, only for the buyer of those stores to go under very quickly. Terrible embarrassment for them. Now, though, Kroger, which is seeking to buy Albertsons, has a very well-financed buyer, C&S Wholesale Grocers, owner of Piggly Wiggly, backed by SoftBank, Japanese company with a pool of cash. They would seem to be on solid footing. Will the FTC block it anyway? When you see so much government intervention at once, it reminds us that the mega caps are still at the mercy of governments around the world. When the regulators decide that they should be punished, there will be punishment. To me, it's the cost of doing business for these big companies. When I see these things, I say to myself, this is why it's so hard to make money in the stock market. The government onslaught can be a little much for even the most fierce bulls, and everybody gets hurt, but not so much that it's worth panicking people. I say stay the course. These companies are remarkably adept. They will figure it out. The regulators rarely prevail long term because these companies know their own business much better than the government does, and it's so often the case they do you a great service. I like to say there's always a bull market somewhere, and I promise to try to fight it just for you right here on Mid Money. I'm Jim Cramer. See you tomorrow. Last call starts now.